This is Future Talk.
Future Talk.
Future Talk with Omnia Al Saleh and Hani Balkis.
Happy Monday, everyone, and good afternoon. You're listening to Future Talk right here on Pulse 95. This is the one and only place where we bring you a quick roundup of everything that is happening in the tech world, in the UAE, and all around the world. Today feels like a good day. You know, these days where you wake up and it just feels like a good day. You have no reason why, but it's just a good day.
It's always a good day right here in Sharjah. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. And I'm happy that Omnia feels like it's a good day. I feel like it's a good day. And if you feel like it's a good day, do text us in at 4215 or Salat and do tell us about your good day. But let's jump right into the news as a coding school right here in the UAE has no teachers and no classrooms.
I mean, this is by far one of the craziest concepts. I feel like we've already been teleported into the future of
teleported, that's a big one.
No, just teleported to the future of education right here in the UAE. Coming up on today's show as well, we are going to be talking about our good old friend, the Hope probe that has been exploring Mars these past few months. We've got an update about him because he actually was able to discover unexpected oxygen levels on the surface of Mars, and we are going to be telling you all about it, as well as some of the very amazing pictures that we've seen that were shared by Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum regarding the Hope probe and what he was able to capture on the surface of Mars.
Yes, and Facebook has hit headlines once again as they have banned the Unfollow Everything extension that allowed a lot of users to clear their news feed. Now, that is a big one, and I'm really excited to get into that one when the time does come.
Yes, indeed. In the world of gadgets, we are going to be talking about a regular right here on Future Talk, the Apple Watch, the one that a lot of people are waiting for, the Series 7 that launched on the 15th of October. The delivery is going to be coming in very soon, but there are some delays, and we've got a lot of people right here in the UAE who are a little disappointed by those delays. What is the cause behind them? We are going to be sharing all those details in just a few moments.
Yes, and for our crazy tech segment, we're talking about Emirati psychiatrists and how they have expressed hope about the use of implants to tackle mental health issues. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot in store for you guys today, so do keep Pulse 95 locked because we're going to be right back.
Daily digital news. Bits and bytes connect our world.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, bits and bytes do connect to our worlds, but how are they actually connected? With a lot of coding and a lot of programming. Now, Abu Dhabi has opened a coding school that has no teachers or classrooms. Now, an innovative coding school without teachers or classrooms has opened in the capital with around 225 students, 40% of them being women. Now, Sheikh Khalid bin Mohammed, a member of the Abu Dhabi Executive Council and chairman of the Abu Dhabi Executive Office, did inaugurate 42 of Abu Dhabi's purpose-built campuses in Mina Zayed just this Sunday. Now, he did say that this is going to represent a new milestone in the UAE's leadership strategy to nurture tomorrow's leaders today. Now, this isn't new news in a way that we do know that the UAE is planning not for next year, not for next 10 years, for the next 50 years. And how do you do that? You start them young.
Yes, indeed. And what I love about this school is it gets rid of that,
school vibe.
Yeah, and it also gets rid of that lecturing type of education system. We've always seen students sitting in the classroom, the teacher is standing up and she's lecturing the students. But at this point in our lives and at this age and day and age that we're living in, this just doesn't work anymore. You know, you need students to be interacting, you need them to also be involved in the way they want to study, and this school brings that to life. So this new school will actually be providing an additional educational platform to help students who are interested in learning more about coding or even in becoming a part of this technology-driven economy to go ahead and make that become a reality. This coding school is actually a part of the world-renowned 42 network, and it's the first of its branches to open in the Arabian Gulf. It's a tuition-free model, so you're looking at students kind of learning from one another, but also learning from their surroundings, which basically means that it has no teachers, no classrooms. Instead, students kind of study independently and they work on different projects with one another. A big feature of this school is that it's open 24 hours a day. So whenever you want to go ahead and hop in, whether that was after your classwork, early in the morning, you have the option to do so.
Yeah, and again, free of charge. Now, the college does also aim to cultivate creativity, collaboration, and self-discipline. Now, the thing a lot of students might have problems with in the traditional school is pressure from teacher, pressure
100%.
from parents, pressure from
everywhere.
Staff members or people who have authority. But here, it could be, for example, Omnia teaching me coding, right? And me teaching Omnia something she doesn't know regarding coding or programming. Now, why would I feel pressure from Omnia? Omnia is my friend. Omnia is someone who I am teaching as well. So what this does is puts the students into the comfort zone. And when they are in the comfort zone, statistics do show that a lot of pupils, a lot of students excel more. Now, the company did open its first campus back in Paris in 2013, and to date has equipped more than 12,000 pupils around the world with digital and business skills. So we're not just looking at, coding and programming, we're looking at business skills as well. And it has actually been endorsed by Twitter founder Jack Dorsey, and even our good friend from Snapchat, the co-founder, Evan Spiegel. So we're looking at how a lot of the big dogs are saying that this is working and, they're endorsing it. So, Omnia, how if someone vouches for something, you are more inclined to like it and go ahead and buy it or do it.
Or believe in it.
And we're looking at, the two biggest platforms of this day and age, endorsing such college.
Absolutely. Now, the best part about this, in my opinion, is, in addition to the fact that you're talking about a whole new form and model of education, it's the fact that 40% of the students at the school are women, and more than 4/5 are actually aged between 18 and 30, which is amazing to see.
Prime age.
Yeah, amazing to see the younger generation actually becoming more interested in coding and programming.
Yes, and the number one thing, that I liked about this is that women in tech are being, focused on, and they are being given the same opportunities the men are being given right here in the UAE. We do know we do not discriminate male or female. You get the same opportunities as long as you are qualified. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to know your guys' thoughts. 4215 Durat Slot or on our Instagram at Pulse95 Radio. Would you join said college? And if you're already in there, let us know. We might just bring you on the air.
Check this out. Check this out. Pulse 95.
Ladies and gentlemen, what are we talking about today, Omnia?
I got so excited.
Because Omnia is like that, and she winked at me. I'm like, and I winked back, and then
I have no clue.
What do you want to talk about today, Omnia? What is the story that is exciting you?
The story that is exciting. Wow, I'm too excited. I can't even speak.
Too excited to say excited.
Basically. We always talk about Elon Musk and how crazy he is to come up with the Neuralink and wanting to put implants in people's brains. But when it comes to medical uses, I love the fact that we are trying to treat mental health by using implants. And this is not for people who struggle with what we may call behavioral issues or cognitive, in a way, issues. So anxiety, depression, first line of defense is to use therapy. Speaking to a psychiatrist, speaking up about whatever it is that you are going through. But with certain people, depression is too deep, it's too severe, or even issues like I'm trying to remember bipolar disorders, you name it. Sometimes even
psychological complications.
Yeah, postpartum depression that actually impacts people in ways that a lot of humans don't know about.
And PTSD.
Yes, PTSD is another big one. So with all these, sometimes therapy does not get the job done, and even medication doesn't get the job done, because no one wants to be on medication for the rest of their lives. So implants may just be the next best solution.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're looking at a very big trauma that happens to people, especially people who come soldiers out of war. We've seen it happen a lot, especially in the United States after the Vietnamese War, and a lot of them suffered from PTSD. And even after the Iraq War, So all of these veterans were, just like Omni said, talking, can only do so much because there's something ticking in their brain
Yes.
that at any given moment in time, they go through an episode.
Or even the levels. They
Yeah.
always tell you with certain depression, sometimes it is medical. That's why people take medications to kind of regulate the levels of serotonin and dopamine and make sure that chemically they're not
getting
suffering.
triggered.
Yes.
Now, we do know the impact of lockdown that did last for a few months. It did, impact the body and as well as the mind on a global scale. And Omni and I have spoke about this a lot. And now it's raising a lot of awareness about the overall personal well-being included in the importance of mental health. Now, we've been looking at a lot of virtual assistants and digital portals right here in the UAE and in the Middle East and how they're offering guidance for addressing such psychological complications. Now, today, we're talking about how you can now surgically implant or insert compacted devices, and we do know that they may sound right out of a sci-fi narrative, but guess what? They've been tested successfully on a woman in the US, and once inside the brain, the implant does start looking for the brain circuit that is associated with depression and then does proceed to stimulate the mind.
Yes, indeed. And psychiatrists right here in the UAE have actually all been expressing a lot of positive feedback regarding the use of such implants that can be easily embedded into the brain. So let's look at what treatments are already available. We do know that there is, as we've mentioned, psychotherapy, so talking to a therapist, and there's also treatments. These treatments, they tend to show effects in 4 weeks or maybe 15 months. But with the neurological implant, you can actually provide a lot of relief from severe depression almost immediately. And this procedure is done very easily by using anesthetics, and you don't have to necessarily have someone, like the person is locally what is it called? They use local anesthetics, so
Yes.
you're not falling asleep and having that implant embedded into your
Even though
brain.
I'd love to be asleep.
While the implant is in?
I mean, like
The
with them
reason-
inserting it.
Yeah, the reason why you're awake is to make sure, let's say,
Yeah,
your
everything is-
vision, your speech
sense.
is not impaired.
Yeah.
It's like with brain surgery. Many people are terrified.
Really? They do it? They don't put them asleep?
Some brain surgery, you are asleep, but ones that are...
when I go for a root
too
canal,
tight.
I'm like, put me to sleep if
Yeah.
you could. I don't want to feel anything. I don't want to be awake for the thing.
You don't feel the pain, but you are awake, which is also very terrifying.
That is pain.
Yes, exactly. With these implants, they basically are using light electric currents, and this plays with the chemistry inside the human brain and reverses a lot of the psychological illnesses that in the past have been kind of a long fix, or sometimes they're incurable. So this deep brain stimulation has been great for people who've got long-term diagnosis and who don't necessarily want to use medication, because we know medication is good for treating mental health illnesses, but they have a lot of drawbacks.
Yeah, some people have addictive personalities, and
Yes.
it does relate to other, drug abuse. But the UAE will soon adopt this treatment, considering the use of tiny devices for tackling seizures among young patients in the country this year. Now, Omni and I have talked about this before, that are headbands that will zap the brain to cure migraines without pills.
I want this one.
Omnia, how important this is, because for me, I do suffer from migraines a lot, and I do get headaches a lot. And I abuse painkillers. I abuse them.
Oh, I know that one about you.
And it started giving me digestive problems.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so, I would love to, every time I had a headache, to put a headband on and zap away the pain. And, it also has been touted as a future-ready innovation in medtech. So, we're looking at how not only is it faster, quicker, and better, but the thing is that we are saving other parts of our organs by using technology. Again, I'm still suffering from a lot of digestive problems and stomach problems because the use of, these painkillers over time, because I'll tell you guys, I'll be 100% honest, if I get the slightest headache, I know off the bat that I will then, have a migraine. So I'll go and pop 2 Benadols.
True.
And there was at times that I've taken 5 or 6
Oh God,
at
that
once.
is bad.
That is really bad. Yeah. And
But
then,
you also don't want it to get worse, and then the painkillers just won't kick in with migraines if you wait too long.
yeah, again, I've been through it a lot. But we're looking at how tech will make our lives easier. And as soon as these headbands are implemented for personal and commercial use, best believe I will get my head around it. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know your guys' thoughts. 4215 Durat or on our Instagram at Pulse95 Radio. And when we come back, we're talking all about Facebook.
Apps all around.
What's worth a click and download?
What's worth a click and download? Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Facebook once again, as they've been doing a lot of things that, not the general public likes a lot. Now, Facebook has banned the Unfollow Everything extension that actually allowed users to clear up their news feed.
I'm disappointed by this.
Don't only be disappointed, Omnia. This just goes in, correlation to your conspiracy theory.
Oh yeah, that's a good connection.
Yeah, it is.
right
It is.
over here.
It is connected. So, we're gonna give you a quick, explanation about an extension. An extension can be added to your web browser, most of the time Google Chrome or Firefox, and it will filter your news feed based on what you want. I don't want to see anything related to sports. I don't want to see anything related to gaming. I want to see only tech news, for example. Now, Facebook has banned that, and you are set only now to look at the default news feed.
Yes, indeed. So this extension, back in the day when it was launched and released in July 2020, it was actually a free download, and it helped a lot of people kind of unfollow certain friends, groups, pages. It basically left you with an empty news feed, and Facebook doesn't want that anymore, so they permanently blocked it from the social media website alongside the extension's developer, Lewis Barclay. So Barclay actually revealed that he had both his Facebook and Instagram account blocked, and he actually posted a blog titled "Facebook Banned Me for Life because I help people use it less." He posted it earlier this month, and it revealed that the company actually sent him a cease and desist letter threatening legal action if he kept that browsing extension, which again, it sheds so many lights on Facebook and what their aim behind their platform is,
Yeah.
Unfollow Everything started taking off very recently. People loved it. Thousands of people kind of got rid of the clutter on their newsfeed using it. And a lot of reviews actually did say, people were commenting, "I'm officially not addicted to Instagram or Facebook, thanks to you." And these were the very reason what caused Facebook to go ahead and threaten him and disable his account and ban him indefinitely.
Not only that, Omnia, you have to look about, forget, the conspiracy theory for a second.
Yeah.
But how does Facebook make the most money? Through ad revenue.
Yes.
Right now, if you are blocking their ads, it's very hard for Facebook to make money.
Yep.
That is why, Omnia, I use ad blocker all the time, right? So on some websites, they will detect that you have ad blocker on, and then they won't let you continue
Use
on
the
the
website?
site.
Oh,
They said,
God.
if you please turn off ad blocker to continue using the site, which makes sense as this is how people make money. But for Facebook to ban them, right? And now with the whistleblower saying that Facebook was promoting content that was controversial so you can stay more on the platform, it does now make the conspiracy theory a lot more truer.
Yes, and what's sad about it is that at this point, Facebook is not just being anti-competitive, but rather anti-consumer. Because if you think about it, this person was blocked from using the platform because to them, his presence was unuseful. And moreover, he was actually causing a lot of people to use the platform less, which is the complete opposite of what Facebook wants to do and what it wants to go ahead and kind of accomplish. They want us to waste so many hours on the platform, regardless of whether or not it's good for our health or even our time. Let us know what are your thoughts, and did you actually use the Unfollow Everything extension? And did you notice that it was actually gone from the platforms? Our text lines are open 4215. Do it to Salat or slide into our DMs at Pulse95 Radio. Taking a very short break, but when we come back, we're talking all about the new Apple Watch launch and why it's going to be delayed for quite some time.
gadget of the day.
New tech you might want to play with.
Pulse 95.
Before we talk about one of the most exciting launches that a lot of people have been waiting for, let's talk about our own excitement right here on Pulse 95, because we have a competition up for grabs we have 30,000 dirhams up for grabs, and all you gotta do is be 16 years old or above and have a drone and have some passion for shooting aerial shots with your drone right here in the heart of Sharjah.
Yes, and all you have to do is tag us at Pulse 95 Radio and put your video up that is no longer than 60 seconds on your Instagram, and use the hashtag Sharjah above, and you might just win some cash. You do need to take beautiful aerial shots of Sharjah, and I've been recommending going to Kalba, Khurfakan, taking those beautiful natural views that Sharjah does have to offer. The green, it's always nice to see green, especially with drones. You know, the cinematic cameras, you know, they do make it very, very appealing to the eyes. So
I have a very interesting question. Have you ever watched the show Jamil و Hana?
No, I don't even know what that is.
It's an Arabic show, and I remember one of the actors in the show was obsessed with Khurfakan.
Well, I mean,
so obsessed that I've always wanted to see what Khurfakan is like.
Khurfakan is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It is beautiful, you know.
It's mesmerizing.
And again, it is 45 minutes from Sharjah.
Yeah.
So you have time to go. And ladies and gentlemen, the competition does end this month.
Yeah.
So you do
30th of October.
You have around 19 days to go up in the sky and take beautiful aerial shots of Sharjah. But let's get into the tech news real quick, as we are talking about the Apple Watch Series 7 and how it is going to launch in 4 days.
Yes, indeed. Now, this new Apple Watch is featuring a larger screen than the earlier models. It charges a lot faster, and it has a new chip, which is not much of a surprise because Apple does love updating its devices with its brand new chips. Now, the Series 7 was actually announced back on the 14th of September with the new iPhone and the iPad mini. However, the company did say it would only ship the Apple Watch sometime later in the fall, and now the date has been set on the 15th of October. So the Apple Watch did suffer some delays, and that's because of supply constraints. Apple, at the end of the day, they do manufacture their own chips now, but they still depend on Chinese factories to provide them with a lot of the parts that are needed to launch their devices. Now, the new Apple Watch is also going to be featuring the blood oxygen tracking that a lot of people have seen with earlier models, and some health features that were not available in the earlier models. One of the biggest ones has actually been cycling features for all those who love cycling.
Yes, so again, if you're going to get your hands on, or the Apple Watch be hands on to you, the Apple Watch Series 7 will be starting at around 1,200 dirhams. You have 4 days to order them, and the launch does begin. So let us know your guys' thoughts, 4215 Duwar Salat, or on our Instagram at Pulse95 Radio.
Will you be getting it?
No, I was just saying, I personally will not be getting it. I feel no reason. There's nothing appealing to me just yet. Is Omnia going to be getting it?
No. Unless it has a blood glucose monitoring, I don't think I would.
Ladies and gentlemen, Future Talk is coming to an end. We will see you tomorrow, same time, same place, only here on Pulse
95.
If you liked this episode of Future Talk, drop a like and subscribe.
Pulse 95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.